Hey guys, we're back. And if you remember, our last video was on the truck and what to put in it to prepare for winter. And I said that was just the basics, like your basic setup that you would want. And I think that you need to go a little bit more. Well, here's the rest of it. This is what I call a go home bag or a get home bag. And it's just in case anything could go wrong whenever you're trying to get home. So we'll start off on what you're going to be wearing. Right here in the belt line, I have some gloves made by 511 Tactical, and these are very comfortable. That's why I went ahead and chose them, because I put them on one day and I thought, wow, that's about the most comfortable pair of gloves that I've ever worn. So there's that. And then I've got a water bottle. And then on the belt line, I've got a Gerber Strong Arm. And this is for, let's say you need to build a fire or something. You can do a little bit of woodworking with this. Like if you wanted to feather out, cut little slits in a stick, and then make it catch fire a little easier, that's what that's for. And along with everything else. This is my flashlight. It's a Olight Seeker 2 Pro. And it's about 3,200 lumens in a pretty small package. It's a floodlight, so you're going to get light going everywhere. It'll light up your whole backyard, and I really like it, so I went with that one. Now in the back here, this is normally where the hydration bladder would go, but I opted out of the hydration bladder just because I'm not a big fan of those. I'd rather carry around a water bottle. Instead, in here, I have some county maps, and these are real nice. They're aerial views of your county, basically. So those and a compass, as long as you're inside your county, you can find water on your routes to get home if you have to walk. I really hope that I don't have to walk. I'll zip that back up. Oh, on the side here, let's talk about this. I have a food bag. And in here, I keep a couple days worth of food in here. I got 2 cans of soup. The Campbell's chunky. And it'll fill you up. You get stranded and you need a meal, it's ready to go. All you gotta do is pop the tab. You don't even need a can opener. Got those. I got some ramen noodles. We'll get to how we're gonna cook those in a little bit. It's with a jet boil, spoiler alert. And then I got a spork, because sometimes you need a spoon, sometimes you need a fork. And I didn't want to carry both. I also have some oatmeal, and then an extra can of fuel for the jet boil. I'll put this up. Oh, almost forgot. These squincher packets are lifesavers. It's a lot like Gatorade inside of a pouch. You just dump one of these into a water bottle and you're set, and it's 0 sugar. So for all you health nuts out there, up here on the carry handle, I've got a little paracord bracelet, and it's also got a ferro rod on it and a striker. So then you got your spark. let's flip her over to the other side. And right here is just a pillow. If you have to spend the night, you're going to want something to lay your head on. And this is one of them old squishy ones that they had way back when. This is a sleeping bag, and I'd probably unzip that to keep myself warm in the truck, because the truck's where I'm sleeping, so if I have to spend the night. In here, I've got a Sawyer Mini, and then it comes with a bag here. How it works is you put nasty water in here, hook it up to your Sawyer Mini, and then you can squeeze it. Good water goes into your canteen. And that way you can see it too. I'm not a big fan of the life straw because you can't actually see what you're drinking. So that's a big no for me. It does come with the straw, and I kept it just in case, but I don't think I'll ever need to use it. I don't think I ever want to use that. In the other pouch here, we've got a couple of little stainless coffee mugs, pots, whatever you want to call them, made by Kelly Kettle. And it's just a cheap stainless steel cooking pot. You can put these over a fire. They're not insulated in any way, so you can boil water on there if you need to. If your jet boil runs out of fuel or something. Now we'll flip this over. And in here we have like a trauma kit, IFAC type bag. And it's got a bunch of goodies in there. One thing that I do want to hit on, it's got a rat's tourniquet instead of a cat tourniquet. The rats, it can get around a small arm, so if you got little ones and you need to apply a tourniquet, you're going to be able to with this. The cat tourniquet might not get a full stop because the diameter of their arm is too small. And it's got some hemostatic agents in there. And I put this in there. It's an old eye drop water bottle type thing, and I filled it full of alcohol, like the rubbing alcohol. So we can go into the full contents of the IFAC in a later video, because it'd take a while. There's a bunch of stuff in there. In here, I've got some medical gloves and some alcohol wipes to clean your hands. I also have fingernail clippers and chapstick in here in the front pocket. And inside it's just Band-Aids, Neosporin, face gaiter, stuff like that. Now, this is actually a sunglasses pouch, but I don't put sunglasses in there because I'm usually wearing them. They got a spot in my truck. Instead, I'll put a leave, and I carry around a little M&M's bottle, and I fill it full of multivitamins. And then I got some Carmex too. And then this right here is the admin pouch. We have a pocket knife, a Gerber multi-tool. I've had this forever. And I usually carry a Leatherman on me, so This multi-tool here just strictly lives in the bag. I've also got some Ziploc bags. They're good for all sorts of things. If you find something that you want, you put it in a Ziploc bag. If you want to keep something waterproof, put it in a Ziploc bag. This is a knife sharpener. I keep my compass right in here, and I have another compass in my binoculars case that I've got in the truck. I've got pens, pencils, I've got a Expo dry erase marker for marking on my county maps, because they're laminated. You want to be sure and laminate your maps, or have a way to keep them waterproof if you can. Got a notebook, and then some note cards in here. Just some admin stuff. That's about it for this pouch. Now, there's two main compartments in this bag, and we'll get into the bottom one first. In here, I've got an e-tool. What this is it's just like a little military shovel. You can dig a small hole, whatever you want. I had vacuum sealed a roll of toilet paper and put it in there, because when nature calls, you better answer. And you want to keep it dry, and the vacuum sealer will compress it too. Just what you do whenever you stick it in the vacuum sealer, press it down, get all that air out, and it'll stay like that. Then after you open it up, this bag is no longer good, so throw it in one of your Ziplocs. And then this, I just nicknamed the dry box. It's a little waterproof box that I keep some fire starting material. These are cotton balls and Vaseline. Real great, they burn for a long time. Here's a calculator, just because. And a headlamp. So if you need to work on your engine, battery's dead, whatever, there you go. You can see now. I keep some super glue and 3 Bic lighters, some extra batteries for that. And this is razor blades that are wrapped in tape. We'll put this back. Next up, we got some more cotton balls and Vaseline. Some 2-inch electrical tape. This stuff can come in handy. It's the extra wide and it's stretchy too, so you can do a bunch with that. This is a little fishing kit that I made, and this is kind of gimmicky, I guess, but I was bored one day and I put it together. It's got some hooks, fishing line, a lure, a bobber, a string line for if you do catch any fish with that. And this is our jet boil. I'll do a full-blown review on this in another video, but it boils water real quick, and everything that you need to do it is right here in the container itself. So it makes it nice and compact. And it's pretty light. I mean, it ain't crazy light, but you get the picture. It ain't made of steel. I think it's made of titanium. I got a dime in there for some reason. All right, this is the other main pouch. And up top here, I have a crescent wrench and some chargers. I've got an extra charger for the walkie-talkies that we got in the truck, USB to USB-C charger, and a charger for the O-light. That just snaps on there, and then you plug it into a USB. This, and there's a reason why it's at the very top, this is the rain cover for the whole pack. So when you need this, you need it now. That's why it's at the top. This is my clothes bag. You want to keep an extra set of clothes in your clothes bag. Pants, shirt, socks, underwear, the whole 9 yards. I've even got some face masks for warmth. Let me get one out of here. Well, I'll get everything out. I've got a rag if you need to wash off. The pants, I just roll them up. Same with the shirt. And then here are my face masks. I've got one for if it gets real cold. This one's pretty thick. And then another one that's fairly thin. The thin one will keep you warm if it's pretty cold outside. But the thick one's for it's darn cold and you're about to freeze. Keep some more alcohol wipes in here. I keep a SOG hatchet, and this is great for if you're wanting to start a fire again. You can chop up all your branches, and I don't think that I'd be wanting to cut a tree down with it, but it can get little materials out pretty good. And you can also use it as a hammer. So there's a plus. This is an emergency sleeping bag made by Don't Die in the Woods. And what it is it's that real shiny material that you see that like the astronauts wear, but it keeps you extremely warm. And this is a power bank. It's got the solar charging. I will say this, it does not charge very good on solar. I would not rely on that if that's the only reason why you're getting this. The reason why I like it is it's got a flashlight here that's got yellow and white light, and it's got a spotlight here that's just white light. The yellow light will essentially help keep bugs away, and it kind of works. You don't get as many bugs as you do with a white light, but there's still some bugs that'll come to that light. This is just a spool of survivor cord, and it's basically the same thing as paracord, except it has a few extra strands in it. It's got some fire starting material in it, and I think fishing line and a metal wire in it too as well. This is a neck warmer because we're getting ready for winter. And then this is a set of emergency blankets. So if you got more than one people in there with you, you're gonna want more than one emergency blanket. This is made by Don't Die in the Woods as well. Comes in this little pouch, and each one of these is an emergency blanket. And it comes with, I believe, 4 of them. Yeah, there's 4 of them in here. And that's pretty much the gist of this pack. Now, not everybody is going to need all of this stuff. Depending on where you live, how far you're traveling, will all depend on what goes in your bag. So I live where it gets pretty cold and there's a lot of forest around, so the bushcrafty stuff and the warm stuff is stuff that I need to carry. If you live in the desert, you probably, I would assume that you'd need to forget about that. I think it gets cold down there at night, but not real sure. But anyway, so plan out your get home bag with what problems you think that you would encounter or could encounter, and then just stick it in your vehicle, and you'd be surprised how often you'd think, oh, I could really use that. And then you go out in your truck and you get it. So anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.